Welcome back to Uncommon Christianity. Today, we begin a study that stretches from the opening pages of Genesis to the final chapters of Revelation. It is the story of two humanities, not two races, not two nations, and not two political systems, two humanities. One humanity is in Adam, and the other humanity is in Christ. Every by sin, division, and death. The other is marked by righteousness and reconciliation and life. To understand the second humanity, we must first understand the first humanity. When God created Adam, he created humanity in his own image. Man was designed to live in fellowship with God and in harmony with one another. Now, there was no division, there was no hatred, there was no jealousy, there was no war. Humanity was one because humanity was united by its creator. But sin shattered everything. The moment that Adam rebelled against God, death entered into the world, and with death came fear, selfishness, pride, and separation. The fracture between God and man soon became a fracture between man and man. The first brothers, Cain and Abel, stand as a witness to this tragedy. Jealousy gave birth to murder, and to the seeds of division began to spread throughout the whole human race. Generation after generation, mankind drifted further from God. Violence filled the earth. Corruption multiplied. The thoughts of men's hearts became continually evil. Then came the flood. Through Noah, God preserved humanity and gave mankind a new beginning. But although the world was washed clean, the human heart, well, that remained unchanged. Now, for a time, humanity was again united. The descendants of Noah shared one language, one culture. They journeyed together into the plain of Shinar, and there they said something that was remarkable. They said this: "Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top reaches unto heaven. And let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth." Notice what they did not say. They did not say, "Let us worship God." They did not say, "Let us glorify our Creator." They did say, "Let us make a name for ourselves." The problem at Babel was not architecture, it was not technology, and it was not the tower itself. The problem was that fallen humanity sought unity apart from God. Mankind wanted a kingdom without the king. Humanity desired glory without obedience. They wanted to establish their own identity and their own security and their own greatness apart from the one who has given them life. Yet, God had commanded humanity to fill the earth. So Babel was humanity's attempt to resist that command and establish a center of power independent of God. So the Lord intervened. He confused their languages, he divided the nations, and scattered mankind across the earth. In a single moment, humanity became fragmented, languages multiplied, cultures emerged, borders were formed, and nations rose. The earth was filled exactly as God intended, but mankind remained divided. And thousands of years later, we still live in the shadow of Babel. Empires have risen, promising unity. Governments have sought peace. Philosophers have imagined a perfect society, but political movements have promised a better world. Yet division with all of it remains. Why? Because the deepest problem of humanity is not political. It's not economic, and it's not even racial. It's not cultural. The deepest problem with humanity is spiritual. The children of Adam remain separated from God who created them. And as long as that separation exists, true unity will always remain beyond humanity's reach. The world longs for peace, yet wars continue. The world longs for brotherhood, yet hatred persists. The world, it longs for unity, yet divisions grow deeper and deeper. Babel, it teaches us a painful lesson. Humanity cannot save itself. The first humanity, the humanity in Adam, will always seek unity, but it will never achieve it apart from reconciliation with God. And this raises an important question. If Babel is the problem, what is God's answer? If Adam brought division, who will bring reconciliation? If humanity cannot unite itself, is there another humanity waiting to be revealed? That is where we will begin in our next episode. I want to thank you again for joining me for this episode of Uncommon Christianity. And in our next study, we will discover God's answer to Babel, God's answer to Adam, and God's answer to the divided human race. Until next time, let Christ be seen in you, and please stay safe.